Hey, hello, and welcome to Cockatude. Cockatoos mit attitude. Yeah, they got a little attitude here. Don't you guys? If I can get the camera to switch here. There we go. We have Cecil. Cecil! It is cold and windy outside, folks, so we're inside today. Sea Salt. Sea Salt has a rattle ball. We have some crazy person outside in a vehicle stopped on the side of the road. That doesn't happen terribly often out here. And over here is the KK bird and the sugar bird. Hi, Tiki Tiki. Jasmine's put herself in a timeout. I see the crazy person left. Going up there, Lucy. Mander was playing on the bottom of his cage. He wouldn't come out. He might come out later, but no, Paul, what are you doing? What you doing down there, big boy? Hi, Jam and Jamie. I can scroll through to see if there's anybody I've missed, but nope, not so far. Oh, sugary bird. Sugary bird. Okay. I see, Saul. Hi, Cecil. What you doing, Cecil? Oh, it's mirroring me again. Ah, I turn that off and it comes back on its own. These people. I should fix that. Hi, Cecil. Oh, you took the ball out of that one, huh? That's typical. That's typical. Oh, Falcon Sue. You gonna hit me with that thing, or you just gonna wander around with it, kid? Hmm? Changing the camera again. As soon as I move it, he'll get right up on my shoulders. Won't you, Cecil? I don't think we'll have any moderators today. Uh, Sugar might moderate. You got her foot up. Does that mean you'll do the moderation there, girl? Or what? Hmm? What does that mean? I know. Pet the beak. Pet the beak. Well, I will if you want me to. Cecil, I can't pet you and Sugar at the same time. I think you figured that out. Can we get a little jealous there, do we? Hmm? I'm petting the Sugar. You want me to pet you instead? Yep. Yeah, I've been having a fun time. I underestimated the number of files I have as far as pictures and videos, which try to put this in non-geek language, is a regular snake pit when you try to get that stuff from a cloud. Okay, so originally I was worried about Apple as I'm saying, doing some things I don't like with photos, so I mirrored it over to Google Drive. So we have two copies, but you can't download except like individually or a few at a time from either one of those services. So so Cecil had to help me with that. So instead, what you have to do is you have to make a copy of everything you've got to Google Drive, and then you have to bulk those down, which turned out to be 31 files that are roughly 53 gigabytes apiece, huge files. Then once you get them down, I had to transfer them over to the network attached server I've got where we're going to keep all of our stuff to protect it, make it available for people like Amy who wants to do calendars and stuff, and Eleanor. But once it comes down, Google's got all the structures. So it's all these things are in folders. And I've been running a script now that GPT helped me find. And the script run in terminal mode is unpacking them all to one folder. So right now I've done about half and it's sitting at 22,000 plus photos and videos. So uh, I'm glad to be in here with the birds because that's no fun. No fun. Work. Yeah, this is work too, but more fun. This is the kind of work that's fun. That's what I used to do for a living was computer stuff. So, but still, ugh, that's enough to wear the brain out. That's why I'm yawning. What are you doing down there? Snowball? Snowball. Snowball. You want to play? Well, there's balls all around here. The ones that actually still have the rattles in them. Why don't you grab one? I don't have one to throw for you over here. You want that? No. How about this ball? You want to go get that ball? Snowball. Snowball. There he goes. Go get it. Go get it, Snowball. Go get it. There he is. Snowball. 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 Oh, okay. Okay. Snowball. I don't have another one I can throw for you, so you have to give me it back if you want me to toss it again. You have to give it back if you want me to toss it again. You want me to toss it? You have to give it back. No, that's not giving it back, but that's the general idea. I want it over here. That's not over here. That's a snowball. You want me to go get it? Well, I'd love to. I have two birds here that might have a problem with that. Cecil is trying to hit me with a ball, and I got KK over here who's defending my left side. Nice snowball. Nice no. Go get the ball. That's not my job. You have to bring the ball over here. He would do that if it was a frisbee. He would bring it over, but he hasn't learned to bring the ball to me, have you? You think I'm supposed to go get it? It's because that's what I've always done. So he expects me to do it. I can't come over there right now. You want to come up? All right, come on up. Hi. That was exciting. We were having fun, wasn't it? Yeah. Mm. You tell them all about it. I don't know if they can hear you. Yeah, a falcon. So basically, a falcon is a Hannibal Lecter to these guys. They would tell me right away if they saw a falcon, wouldn't you? Mhm. Hello. It's a plant-based vegan. Yes, it is. Now, if anyone can tell me what Gandhi was, there's a question. Was Gandhi a vegan? I have to, by the way, I have to do this stupid portrait video because I can't see your comments otherwise. So the on-screen comments are a little small for someone 72 years old, right? Yeah, they're just a little small. Yeah, preening fest. So the movie quote for today is, "Do you know what love is?" Sure, I know. A boy loves his dog. I'll truly be shocked if anyone has seen that movie. But what are you guys doing? I used to see activity like that between the crows and the red-tailed hawks and the red-shouldered hawks in California. But the crows won. I think crows are more dedicated to winning. I think that cockatoos, they aren't really they don't really care because no falcon is going to catch a cockatoo. So so it's more of a game to them. But is it a boy and his dog? Okay, Calvin, that shows what you're one of those odd people that knows that movie. Yeah, A Boy and His Dog. That's exactly right. I I watched that movie because I actually read the short story, and a friend of mine, which shows the level of our public school system in the United States, didn't understand the ending. He told me, "Oh, we read this story. It's really cool." So I read it, and I went, "Oh boy, what an ending!" And he's like, "Oh, it seemed like it kind of petered out at the end." I go, "No, it didn't." I said, "You better read that again." It took him like a third reading to finally get it. I won't give it away if you see the movie or read the story, but uh, yeah, I'm definitely in that too. I don't. There aren't many movies I've seen that I haven't seen which are dystopian about the post-nuclear or post-human. I think the first one I saw was when I was a kid was Planet of the Apes, which was post-human, and then Soylent Green is another good one. Um, Although it wasn't like humanity was gone, it had just kind of gone way to the dark side, and food had no flavor. Um, yeah, if those crows really are if the hawks really want to have a fight with the crows, they will lose. I mean, they will die, so they don't do that. Um, but the crows are pretty serious. For cockatoos, there's a lot of play in there. You're like, you're not going to hurt me. I don't care, kind of thing. Now, it'd be different if they had an injured bird somewhere along the line. A bird had gotten injured, and a hawk was going for it. Then I think the hawk would be in real trouble. But that's one thing about these guys is they defend their own. But did you bring it over to me? Where is it? No, you haven't brought it to me. Where'd it go? No, ball. Where's your toy? I don't have it. Hey, Spirit Matter. Merry Christmas. Well, there's that flock of crows in Oceanside, California, where there was a Triton that lives with them. They call that Triton Fred, but they got the name wrong. That Tritons are white and all the crows are black, so they should have named that Triton Token. But yeah, I mean, the cockatoos just don't. They're flock animals. They just don't do well in an environment where they're not in a flock. So the one that moved in with the crows is doing fine, from what I hear. He's still with the crows. Around here, we have mostly ravens. So I haven't seen a crow yet. They're just ravens out here. There isn't a lot of food, so actually the bigger prey animals do a little better. But I said wrong. Big. I meant to say predator animals. The bigger predators do better. Yeah. What are you doing, little boy? He's over here kicking me with his foot. Pat me, pat me, pat me, pat me. Yeah, bring it over here. Bring it over here, Snowball. Bring me a ball. Come on, bring me one. Bring it over here. You don't understand because it's not a frisbee. Well, there's a frisbee over there. You could bring that over. Why don't you get the frisbee? Frisbee? No? I think because those are ball, he's playing with a ball and I'm saying ball. That's part of his name. And he'll say, sometimes he'll say ball, ball, ball when he's talking about himself. So he probably is confused. Your toy? You want to go get your toy? He doesn't know that word. I haven't taught him the word toy. Well, I got some teaching to do here. I got to teach you that's a toy. You have to bring toys over. Well, I will get up when it's convenient, but right now with these two, not so convenient. No ball. Okay, I might be able to do this. I'll go over there, Snowball. Let's get a couple of frisbees and maybe a couple of balls. I see you guys looking at me. You gonna do a frisbee or you gonna do a ball? Gonna do a frisbee? No. He'd back away if he wanted to do a frisbee. You want a ball? Go get it. No ball. Go get the ball. Go get it. Go get it. No ball. Go get it. Don't look at me that way. I know it went under there. I didn't want it to go under there. Here's another one. You're not going to play? Yes, they are. I thought we just had some when I first got here. I thought, wow, we've got some fat crows. And then I noticed the tail shape. I was like, oops. Then I looked it up in the bird app, the one that comes from the Cornell lab. And there aren't any crows around here. They're all ravens. What are you doing? What's up, Snowball? Cecil? Trying to take the band-aid off. Why don't you go get a ball? There he goes. Yeah, it's funny too how no matter how large they are, they don't weigh much. You look at something like a blue and gold macaw, and it looks like it weighs 10 pounds, and they weigh 3. Well, corvids are smart because they tend to partner with predators. They'll find groups of predators that will go and kill food, and then they can come down and feast on it because their beaks can't get through somebody's hides. So, and then they'll take predators to the food. Like here's some prey, and then after they kill it, the animals will let them dine on it too because they're good at locating prey for predators. So if you're lost in the desert sometime and you see a crow and you think, "Oh, cool," or I should say a crow or a raven, they might be scouting for predators. There's a thought for you. What you doing down there? Well, KK is still chewing wood. Cecil's still pawing at my arm. Snowball's playing with the toys on the floor. Aren't you, big boy? You gonna play anymore or are you done? Snowball, 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 snowball. Snowbird? Snowball, snowbird, snowball. You're awfully quiet, Snowball. I found your other toy there, dude. Well, they do great at imitation too. Um, Crows and ravens can imitate and talk. So I've heard them do it, which means that they can dance too, because if you can't talk, you can't dance to rhythm. Now, some birds will do a dance, but it's not to any particular song. These guys actually dance to the rhythm of the songs. Requires the speech component, though, from what the research is showing. So you can't talk, you can't dance. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hmm? No ball. Yeah, that's the one I threw earlier, but it's under there and you don't want to go under there. I know. You're tough. You can do it. Bob would chicken out, but you could do it. Babaloo makes a sound that's. You've ever had a Volkswagen Beetle and for some reason it wasn't starting? That's just what Bob sounds like. Well, sometimes while I'm putting out food and he wants to get his little chompers on it, he'll say, ah. But when he does it, it sounds, I don't do a great job of imitating him, but it sounds just like a Volkswagen Beetle that won't start. So I'll look at him and say, you want to jump? Do you want to jump with that? You sure you got fuel in that engine? Yeah, he is. He gets out every day with Lorelai. He can't. In here, he can't get out with anybody. He's far too aggressive in this room. He considers this his whole territory. I have no idea, and I can't break him of it. I keep trying, but it can be extremely dangerous with other birds because when he gets scared, he attacks like it's life and death situation. When the other birds are more or less, just kind of playing a bit, and they may look pretty, like they're being like a little holy terrors, but they're not really. But when he gets scared, he just goes all out, and I have to watch him. He's fine outside with Lorelei. Keep an eye on him, but not in here. I sure would like to break him of that. But he waits for me to take my eyes off of what's going on, and then he goes after another bird. So outside in the aviary, he's okay unless KK's out there. So I could have him out, but then KK has to stay in. Might be able to fix that now that KK is not so aggressive with the pink birds. You have to remember what Benjamin Franklin said about eagles. He said they're nasty birds. They steal from other birds, and they're killers. He didn't have a good word to say about eagles. Um, and they do too. They steal food from other birds. Like they're not pleasant birds by any means. They're beautiful, but they're not pleasant birds. They're just killers and thieves. What are you doing down there? What are you doing? So we're just kind of hanging out today, not going off of any kind of script or anything. This is kind of what it's like of course, I usually have two hands, so I'm a little more active with them than I am right now because I've got one hand dedicated. But right, Shug? Right, Sugar? Well, I don't know. I actually did see. I've seen some videos of golden eagles actually doing that, actually just stealing somebody else's food. So, and that's what Benjamin Franklin saw. He wasn't talking about babies. He was talking about the adults do this, which is why he didn't want the eagle to be a symbol of the United States. Yeah, just a thieving, nasty bird that's a killer. He wanted the wild turkey, which of course now when you see these domesticated turkeys, you can't see why he liked that. But they were gregarious. They hung out together. They were basically friendly birds, which is much to their detriment because we then tamed them and turned them into a food source. But yeah, he wanted the wild turkey to be the symbol of the U.S. What are you doing? What are you doing, Kitty Pie? Wake up over there. Jasmine says, "No, you got the camera out. I'm sleeping." Boring when he's pointing the camera at everybody. Cecil, must you? Must you constantly get petted? He's grabbing my arm. So I taught him to do that instead of nipping at me. So now I have to pet him whenever he does it. And sometimes he'll just keep doing it to see how long he can get me to pet him. So don't you? You manipulate me back, don't you, kid? What a good bird. What's he doing? Cecil. That's Cecil in the pet me mood. But he's got so many moods, this boy, don't you? he seems to be getting better with the treatments I'm giving him for his liver and the AGN. Although I think the AGN is the main issue with his liver, because once he started getting those shots every 3 days, which I have to do for at least 6 months, um, all that swelling went away, and he's breathing normally again. Aren't you? Mhm. Yeah, it's too bad we didn't know about this earlier. Peaches would still be around, and so would Cause. But when Peaches came down with the issue, they hadn't really defined AGN yet. They were still calling it PDD. Um, and at the time, Dr. Jenkins recommended rabinacoxib, which is on CR. But they had no idea when to do it. Just like give them a few shots and see if they get better. It doesn't work that way. So now we know better. But right, Cecil? Right, Cecil? Snowball's sneaking up on Sugar again. Thank you, Janet. What are you doing up there, Snowball? Are you bothering Sugar? Hmm. Oh, thank you. That's just what I wanted. You can tear up that note. What's going on down here, big boy? Hmm. What you doing? And you guys saved me from that nightmare of unpacking pictures. Ugh. Almost as bad as moving from house to house. Not quite, but almost. Hey, hey, watch it. Watch it. Well, thank you, Jam and Jamie. Merry Christmas to you too. Let's see if I can find our video here. There we go. Well, yeah, thank you so much, Jam and Jamie. Yeah, everybody's doing pretty well. Snowball's foot's not getting any worse. He's got a callus that always overgrows, but the emu oil is keeping it from overgrowing. I have to trim it occasionally just a little bit. You can see he's still being his voyeuristic self. Sugar is now trying to tell him, get out of here. I mean it. And he's doing the nonchalant game. He does that pretty well. I'm just here to preen. Yeah, sure. She believes that. Lucy, what are you doing back there? Yeah, she's stopped her shaking. She used to have trouble when she came over to you, you put out her foot and her foot would shake. That's not happening anymore. So everybody who's on the Onsior is doing a lot better. Of course, that's just the birds with AGN. Fortunately, Snowball doesn't have it. Bob doesn't have it. We don't know about KK yet. We got to get him retested. And I put off our veterinarian visit. She's going to come and see us in February. But I'm still working with Solas because Solas is she's better about hands. I can get my hand close to her now, but she still won't step up, or he still won't step up. So I'm trying to get him ready for his veterinary visit so he doesn't freak out. Hi, Richie Cockatoo. Hi, Sugar. Hi, Shug. She's steady on her feet now too. She used to be a she used to be a little unsteady, but that's not the case anymore. Uh, these guys were all being affected. The test definitely works. So the two I thought for sure had it. Romeo is a good example. I thought, oh no, I'm gonna have to give Romeo shots. He's the easiest one. All I have to do is get him on my lap at night when I usually do, and then pet him on the head, bring the syringe around, and make sure I massage the area it's going to go into ahead of time so he kind of expects my hand to go there. And no problem. You're a little bit of a drama queen. The hardest one to give the medication to is Lucy. It's like trying to put a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle together on top of a washing machine and spin cycle. The second she realizes I'm going to hold her on my lap or the table or wherever, she immediately goes into like 50 shades of gray, and starts shaking. And when she's doing that, yeah, I have to somehow immobilize that area. And pinching the skin on these guys, there just isn't that much. So I have to pinch the skin, get the needle in there, and deliver half of a syringe in there, and it's not fun. It's not. Works about five times out of six average right now. Which means if it doesn't go in at all, which has happened twice, I have to, go get another syringe, warm it up again because it's really cold. It has to be um, refrigerated temperature. They have their own refrigerators set to 5 degrees centigrade. But are you going to chew my arm? He just won't let me stop petting him today. He's just, what is with the petting? You're not usually this petting. You're not usually this petting. No, he's in a pet me mood, aren't you? What a good boy. Well, you never know, but I think we've saved this one. I think that we got to him in time. But fortunately, I got the x rays over to Dr. Jenkins because the technician that our current vet sent it to didn't catch the fatty liver disease. Jenkins did. He said he was more worried about that than the AGN, but I think the AGN was causing the fatty liver disease. Yeah, he looks normal now. About mid-year, he'll get X-rays again just to be sure. But what are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, Snowball. Hey, Snowball. It's a good boy, Mr. Snowball. It's a good boy, Mr. Snowball. And then KK's cage is going to be here in the rain on Friday. So I'm getting used to it. If there's anything I order, it's going to be heavy. It has to be carried in. It's good. We're going to be in the desert here where it never rains. It'll rain that day. I got a bought myself out of my savings a home gym to work on. Which, if you were to get one all put together, like I put together myself, it cost you about $5,000. Didn't cost anywhere near that. You have to put it together yourself, and it weren't easy. It says in the instructions, don't do it yourself. It's 500 pounds, just under 500 pounds, gets delivered outside my door, and I have to drag it in. Gee, that was fun. I only fell in the mud once, but at least it'll be here. And I got two permanent perches, manzanita perches to go in there. Plus, I've got the other ones that'll go in there that he can tear up because they need perches that can tear up too. So he'll get a 2x4 perch. He's got two manzanita perches. It's a 47-inch cage. They don't make 47-inch perches, so it's 48. I have to cut those down, and I know how to do all that. I have to put a bolt in there that has a thread on one side and a bolt thread or a screw thread on the other. So it's fun, but he'll be all set up by Saturday in his new cage. That should help with his fear because he'll have more room to move around. So bigger cages are good for fear to reduce it anyway. I like the movie. I like the story. The story was a good story. It's just amazing that my friend read it and didn't get the ending. I think it's not obvious in the movie either. I mean, you have to guess the ending. I mean, you should be able to figure it out, but it doesn't come out and plainly say what happens. You have to figure it out for yourself. So I like movies like that that require a little bit of thought at the end. Which way does it actually go? What actually happened? Snowball, what do you think? Are you going to get the ball from up there? Hmm? As soon as I switch lenses, he does something else. What are you doing? Hmm? Boy. So on AGN, I can tell you, this is kind of going extreme of consciousness here. If you have a bird that when it tries to walk over to you, it shakes, its feet shake a little bit, or if you see it having a little trouble wobbling on its perch, that kind of thing is a good indication you have a bird that has avian ganglionaritis. A test isn't that expensive, depending on your vet. I know somebody in Jersey that got totally raked over the coals on the price because it doesn't cost that much to have it done there. But I mean, it has to be shipped out, so they get to charge something. They have to draw blood, they get to charge something for that. But this was part of a normal blood draw too, so it doesn't take that much blood, just a little tiny bit to test. So, well, what do you expect from Jersey, right? Yeah, Rosebud. It has kind of a surprising ending, so it's definitely worth reading the story or watching the movie. Either one. I like the movie though. Pretty true to the story. Who wouldn't want to have a telepathic dog, right? Are we kicking, little boy? Snowball, what are you doing over there? Hi, Snowball. Hi, Snowball. I know, I'm pointing the camera at you. That always makes you wonder. I know, but Snowball. You're KK. You're not Snowball. You want a movie that won't put you to sleep? I always get the name of this movie wrong. Something in my head. It's like The Last Kiss Goodnight with Gina Davis. I guarantee you, if you make it through the first 10 minutes, you won't be able to sleep. You'll have to see the ending. Probably the best action flick I've ever seen. One of the best action flicks I've ever seen, and it's got a lot of good humor in it too. There's a spot that always makes me laugh in that movie. And considering what's happening when it happens, I mean, but it does strike a funny bone in everybody. But it's pretty strange what's going on. Anyway, uh, that's my recommendation if you want something that will keep you awake. Another one that could do that would be Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise and Lisa Blunt. It's got Bill Paxton in it too. These guys don't let me watch movies, though, do you? No, I haven't seen a movie in a long time. At least not except in Serial. You know, you watch a half hour with Romeo, another half hour the next night, then another half hour. I usually watch one I've already seen if I'm going to do that. So Silas is definitely getting. You know, at first I had him on pretty soft stuff, but he graduated to the guard today, and he seemed to like that. That's an Irish movie. It has a little bit of shoot 'em up in it in a couple of spots, but most of it's pretty quiet. Uh, it's just a funny movie. Um, no way to describe it. It won an award overseas. Movies that have a little bit of a they're funny, but they have a little bit of an intellectual bent here and there. They don't do well in the United States. Yeah. They're better off with Marvel comics. Although Joker was technically a Marvel comic movie. It wasn't, but it technically was. No superhero that. And definitely um, Phoenix. He deserved the Best Actor award. What are you doing under there? You get under there, and then Cecil comes over and messes with you because it's just a moving carpet to him. I don't even think he knows you're under there. Yeah, you know he's under there. You just like to mess with him. Well, it's not safe. Yeah, Brendan Gleeson is in that movie, and I like him a lot. He's he won an award for that movie and The Guard too, which again, not popular in the U.S. That popular, but popular everywhere else. I mean, that movie starts off with this cop. They call them guards, right? So this cop sitting by the side of the road, and this guy goes screaming by in a fast vehicle, crashes, and the cop goes down. I'm just going to give you the opening scene, right? The cop goes down there, and the guy's, he sees he's dead. He's digging through his pockets. He finds a little packet of drugs, and one of them is obviously LSD. He kind of throws the rest away, takes the LSD and pops it in his mouth. Then he turns and looks at the ocean, and he says something that totally cracks me up. A beautiful blank day. And that's how it starts. And so you got a cop on LSD and all the things he does during the day. It's hilarious, just absolutely hilarious. And then I can't remember his first name, Cheadle, Don Cheadle. He plays an FBI agent uh, who's over in England trying to cra- crack this drug ring, and he's good in that movie too. I like him. He was in. It's funny. I can see the scenes from the movie. I can't think of the name of it. Um, It'll come back, but he's been in a number of movies I enjoyed. Good acting. No, Merry Christmas, Jocelyn. What are you doing? What are you doing? How about movies I don't like? There are a lot of problems with the original Dune movie, but it's still better than that those two pieces of junk that Villanova put out. That what uh, just total drivel, just awful. I couldn't even continue. I couldn't even make it past one of the what maybe the first third of that movie and said this is stupid. I was done with it. I wasn't in the theater, which is a good thing because I would have walked out. I just got up, and walked out of that movie. I've done that many times, but I have done it a few. I'm not going to sit through a movie I know is terrible. So, and it didn't get bad reviews, but I think the reviewers were on drugs. That's, that movie is horrible. Bad casting too, just terrible bad casting. We could cast Cecil in a new Dune movie. What would you be, Cecil, in a Dune movie? Hmm? Hmm? Hector DeVries, maybe? What do you think? When anyone mentions Florida, I always think of mosquitoes that look like helicopters. I don't know why that is, but never had a desire to go to Florida. Then again, I haven't wanted to go to the Grand Canyon either. It's just a hole in the ground. The only way I would do the Grand Canyon, and I can't swim, would be to go down in the rapids. What are you doing under there, baby boy? Where are you? Oh, there you are. Don't mess with him. Leave him alone. Oh, I figured some you had family, Jocelyn. I can't, you go where your family is. That's just what happens. But I think I'd make my family come out to see me if they were in Florida. I just don't know. It just never appealed to me. Are you going to come out now? It's almost time. When I put this phone down, she will come out. The way she works. She's not too thrilled about being videoed. Lucy will come over and start saying, pretty bird, pretty bird. Well, I hope everybody has a good holiday. I'll be making a cage day after tomorrow, Friday. I'll be building KK's cage. KK's cage. Oh, boy. Celeste's cage. Tearing the boxes up outside and dragging everything in the rain. That'll be fun. Be more fun than what I've been doing this morning, trying to get all of our stuff over where it's going to be saved on our personal cloud. That is not, it's not fun. Needs to be done, but it's not fun. And if you ever need to have a whole bunch of files transferred, find a geek. Don't try to do it yourself. I am a geek, so I can do it, but it's an incredible pain in the rear. Kind of like Bob when he's trying to clean his cage. He just has to have his 2 cents about everything. I don't want you to clean my cage. Romeo fights that too. He's not fond of having his cage cleaned. I won't be on the road, but you be safe. I know you've got the same problem up there, Rosebud. So I got everything delivered in that I'm going to need. I don't even want to have delivery people deliver anything when it's raining like this. Although right now it hasn't been too bad, but they always say it floods, 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 and we get drizzle, drizzle. But once in a while we get mud out there, and you have to walk around listening to your feet go like that sound. Yeah, because it's red clay out there. There's people driving it though. Yeah, we have plenty of water, plenty of food. We don't have to do any of that, right? Well, thank you guys for being here and hanging out with us. I'm going to put the phone down so that Jasmine will come out and Lizzie will come over. And you guys have a merry holiday, merry Christmas, and we will see you next week, won't we? Yes, I know you want me to pet you. I know. Pet the bird. You haven't stopped. You've been at it since I sat down here. Yeah, I teach you something and then you use it against me. That's the way you are. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Love you all.
Science knowledge only adds to the excitement, the mystery, and the awe of a flower.
Evidence is evidence. It's public. Everybody can look at the evidence and assess it, and eventually, if there's enough evidence, come to the same conclusion.
The Chloe Sanctuary for Parrots and Cockatoos, a nonprofit charity dedicated to the empowerment of captive parrots and public awareness.